So there you go. You can never really be mad at your children.
My father called me today. He's like, hey, listen, he goes, you're not going to be happy with what I'm going to say, but I just got to say it. I'm like, go ahead, Dad. What are you going to say? He told me, he goes, the pictures that your daughter puts on Instagram, it's just not good.
Oh, because Charlie Kaplan is on Instagram, too.
He's like, I can't. He's like, I don't know how you allow that. I go, allow it? She's 19 years old. She's in New Orleans. What do you mean allow it?
Right.
He's like, no, but it's not good. Doesn't she understand that what she's putting out there is like an advertisement? And I'm like, hey, Dad, I agree. I don't like the stuff she's putting on Instagram either. But what am I going to do? You know?
Yeah.
Well, what can I do? What do parents do, George?
Nothing. Just let your children be them. Listen, I feel like, see, when I was growing up, and I'm curious to hear the girls' thoughts on this too. When I was growing up, the girls and boys, for that matter, okay? So not just girls, but the children or the kids that I grew up with, whose parents were the most strict, were the ones that became the most reckless when they were adults, when they turned into adults.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
Not for me.
Well, you were also you weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons, so that's also weird.
I mean, you beat up that guy in the cafeteria.
You did
Listen,
beat up that guy. Yeah.
I will say that, like, my dad fully buys into that theory because he swears that my mom, since she went to Catholic school, that, like, and her sister didn't, that my mom was, like, 10 times worse off because she would smoke cigarettes in the bathroom and hang out with boys when she was, like, 15. And so that's why my dad did not want me to go to a Catholic school, because he thought that, you know, if you're going to, like, a more strict school, then you're going to turn out, like, you know, I guess bad.
I always went to public schools, but I always wanted those girls that went to the kind of school, like the way you just described your mom, she's wearing that, like, short little, like, green and blue checkery thing, right? Like, that was, like, you know, public school guys, we loved that stuff.
The girl that was the most... I went to a Catholic high school, okay?
Yeah, you did?
And I did.
Uniforms?
Yeah.
Tie?
No.
Jacket?
No.
Saddle shoes?
No.
Okay.
Just pants and a shirt.
Oh, yeah. Golf shirt?
Button down.
Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford, but short sleeve or long sleeve.
Oh, short sleeve.
Yeah.
Wait, did you wear those things they call them, what do they call them, where it's like a fake collar?
No.
The guys would always wear them. It's like you basically take a dress shirt and you cut around the neck so you don't have to wear the full dress shirt and be all hot. You just put like a hoodie over it or something.
No. How about an undershirt? You wear an undershirt?
Undershirt, yeah.
Yeah, because you sweat.
Yeah, it's
the humidity.
Miami.
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So,
all right, so go ahead. You're in a
So
Catholic
anyway,
school.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Both the boy and the girl that I went to high school with,
Yeah.
whose parents made them the most sheltered,
Yeah.
were maniacs when we got out of like college, basically, like total maniacs.
Because the parents were super strict.
Wouldn't let them, like, literally had to be home like at like 10 or like o'clock or something ridiculous like that in high school. Couldn't go anywhere. Like, parents always had to come. Like, even if like the parents would drop us off somewhere, they would always have to be there somewhere. And both boy and a girl, I just thought of it, completely separate parents, okay, different families, maniacs. When I tell you, like, the type of stuff that everybody has exploratory ages, right, in their late teens and early 20s. No, these people were like lucky they weren't in jail, like, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
What do you mean, the parents were stalkers, you're saying?
No, I'm talking about the kids when they became adults.
Oh, okay. They're lucky they're not
lucky
in jail.
they didn't end up in jail with the type of crazy crap they were doing.
Really?
See,
Yeah.
in my school, I remember all the girls that were the opposite, whose parents were like letting them get drunk and have parties and stuff. And they were the girls that had, like, when they'd go tanning, they'd have the Playboy bunny sticker on their you know, here on their little hip. Those girls.
She was on their at.
No, it's like, you know, on their hip there.
Yeah.
Those girls, and they smoked cigarettes, and they would be like, oh, it's okay, we could party at my house. My mom's cool with it. Those girls all had, like, you know, babies by the time they turned 17, and, you know, no, not for me.
What are we talking about? What happened here?
Complete
what?
opposite. Your daughter.
Right, and my father, all
Yeah.
uptight. I don't like what she puts on Instagram. I'm like, hey, Dad, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Then we get into a whole conversation about trafficking. It's like, all right. They're pictures. They're in college.
Yeah, leave them alone.
These are kids of a social media generation.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. And, you know, is she doing anything bad other than posting pictures?
I don't know what she's doing.
Probably not, is
I
my
don't.
guess.
Yeah, she's good, this one.
And you're fine.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, I got her to where she's at.
Right.
Now she got to figure it out.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless she calls me for money. Like,
Right. Or
like
a
every
flight,
day.
and then I got to
2
figure
flights.
it out. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Cappy.
Yes.
Is she going to take the flight I figured
Oh,
out?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always said that the girl, like, to Sedano's point, the girl you have to worry about is a quiet one, because the one that's acting like a quote-unquote, I don't want to say the word,
Hoochie mama.
Yes, thank you.
Bad girl, not good girl.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The one that's putting it all out there is really not doing anything.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Okay.
The one that's not putting anything out there is the one that's doing all
You got to be
that.
careful the quiet one.
She's the one, huh?
Yeah, got to be careful.
No, she's putting stuff out there, so she ain't doing nothing.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all show.
It's all show.
Okay. Well, good. I'm
Just
glad to
saying.
hear that.
Yeah,
Um,
you're good.
Cappy,
Yes, sir.
What's not all show is that Bobby Wagner is no longer a Ram.
Yeah, it didn't exactly work out, did it? I mean,
Well, I get it on his part.
Yeah.
He wants to win.
I mean, it's
and
not-
they need the space. Let's be honest.
It's not that Bobby Wagner didn't come in this year and play decently. I'm not saying he was a superstar.
He played really well, actually.
he-
Wasn't he voted to the All-Pro team?
I don't even. I mean, honestly,
Pretty sure, yeah.
But by the time, just his individual performance wouldn't have stood out in a season where everything had gone so wrong.
Yeah.
And so I like Bobby Wagner. I loved him in Seattle. I loved him with that old school Legion of Boom defense. LOB. Richard Sherman, for those of you who understand that. Anyway, so I really like Bobby, and I thought he was going to be a big part of this defense. But this team is going to have to do, a total makeover. A total makeover. This Rams team.
Yeah. And that here's what the Rams have to do.
Tell me.
They just have to go all in on offense. Like, just keep the key guys on, like Donald on defense and all the young guys you've drafted that played pretty well for them last year. Like, their defense was not the problem last year. It was they couldn't keep the quarterback upright, whoever it was, and they couldn't run the ball until the end of the season.
Was that really the Rams' problem, George?
Offense? Like the offensive line?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Lots of different combinations.
Yeah.
Tons of injuries.
Right.
Did you read this piece today in The Athletic?
By Jordan Rodriguez?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
I suspected that you had.
You know I did. I sent it in the chat.
All right. Well, that was a setup.
It's so funny when you do that, Cap, because you'll be like, I read this thing today.
I sent it to you at 7:30 in the morning.
I know. And so that was the setup was, the setup is, hey, George, have you read this article? And then you're going to go, yeah, of course I read it. Yeah, it's a great article. I'm going to go, yeah, let me tell you a couple things. But you know that you sent it, and I know that you sent it.
Why are we lying to the audience
No
then?
lie.
Yes.
That's a setup.
No, that's a lie.
No lie.
Laura, is that a lie?
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay,
but I'll
good.
let you
I
know.
have the
I have
perfect
no
thing to
idea.
say to this.
Yeah.
Both can be true.
Oh.
That's fair. That's fair. So Cappy says, did you read this story in The Athletic today about the Rams and Sean McVay? And I said, yeah, Jordan Rodriguez. And he's like, and then he starts trying to set it up. And I'm like, of course, of course I know you. I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, he did send us a link earlier on
So
there.
he's lying to the audience.
No, I'm not.
Cappy.
No, I'm not. Hey, did you guys hear about the girl
It's
today?
glasses.
No, did you hear about the girl today that took her car to get fixed and then walked home?
Laura.
And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent the video, bro.
Except the difference is
What?
The difference is everyone else has probably read, well, not everyone, but a lot of people have probably read the Jordan Rodriguez story. Not everyone knows that Laura went to go fix her car.
All right, nobody's read it, and here's why.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazingly written, and it's super long.
Right.
So I have
And The
picked out-
Athletic. People don't want to pay you is what you're saying?
I have it. I'm willing
I
to
have
pay
it.
for
Look
it.
at you. You paid for something.
I paid. I don't know how much.
You won't pay for your daughter to fly a certain way, but like you're going to pay for The Athletic. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and I'm not paying for Blake in the Substack.
Right. I mean, if I were Blake, I'd be pretty pissed.
Now you should be pissed.
Yeah.
All right, listen to this.
Yeah.
So you say that the problem with the Rams this year, offensive line, quarterback gets hurt,
No continuity.
free agent wide receiver doesn't work out.
Right. Which, by the way, in that story, we found out that Allen Robinson, it wasn't so much, it wasn't all his fault, too, we found out in that story. Did you not read that part?
Yes, I understand that he was not utilized in the offense the way he thought he was going to be.
Right.
Okay, so fair. But
Right, and Stafford didn't get any chemistry with him before literally game one.
yeah. So here's the thing, though, just a little revisionist history related to the Rams.
Yeah.
The obvious part, right, that we all saw, O-line injured, quarterback hurt, receiver doesn't work out, et cetera, et cetera, et
Right.
cetera.
Everything
right?
fell apart.
Okay. But I would argue after reading this piece today that one of the biggest reasons
Yeah.
that the Rams sucked as bad as they did last year
Why?
was not just because of the obvious stuff that we all got to see.
Was that Sean McVay gets too high and gets too low?
The internal turmoil that Sean McVay himself created
Right.
as the center of the storm
Right.
impacted everybody in that organization.
Right.
Listen to these quotes.
Yeah.
This is Sean McVay. I have an ability to bring people with me in this positive energy and this aura.
Right.
I mean, by the way, he's talking about himself. He ain't talking about somebody else, like giving somebody else a compliment. He's like, hey, I got this power. Here's the next line.
Yeah.
But I also believe that can be equally destructive. Even if I'm not saying anything, the frustration, the body language, guys feel that.
Yeah.
And
now I know why Sean and I get along.
yeah, you guys are like forces of freaking nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan writes this in the piece.
Yeah.
McVay is referred to those who know him as a thermostat.
Yeah.
With energy capable of changing a room. When he is high, he lifts people with him. When he is low, he drags them down.
Right.
He knows this about himself, but he can't always control it, and that leads to guilt. Oh, my God. Like, this is like The Sopranos and Ted Lasso. Like, the leader needs to go see a shrink and work on this.
But it's okay. So over time, you and I have had this conversation where Sean and I, on the air, have talked about the phrase quality time. Like, how much quality time are you getting?
Mm-hmm.
And he always would say to me, George, not getting enough. I got to do a better job of balancing that. For years on this very station, I have had those conversations with him. And so this is not a surprise to me. And especially when, I don't know if you've ever listened to him do the Jay Glazer podcast.
I have not.
Where they've talked about
mental health and
mental
so on,
health
right?
and what he calls gray days,
Yeah,
right?
That's what Jay calls them.
Right.
My man, shout out.
And Sean uses the same phrase. He's like, Sean goes, whoa, you have those too? In one of the podcasts, the original one they did together. And yeah, so this is not all that surprising to me. I also think, though, the fact that he told that stuff to Jordan is, I think, Sean McVay's still a young person.
Totally.
I mean, what is he, 35?
If that.
Yeah. And so
Something like that.
At 35, I would still say, even though I was a grown-ass man, there's still a lot of crap you're trying to figure out in your life.
Oh, dude.
At 35 years old.
Dude, I just turned 53.
Right.
Which I don't like to admit, and I know a lot of you guys who are watching right now on YouTube look at me.
It's the bizarro
Right.
35.
Right, they look
Yeah.
at me and they're like, nah, you can't be 35.
You can't be older than 51.
Come on,
Yeah.
there's no chance.
Not a day older than 51.
No chance.
No.
35, still a baby.
Right. You know some stuff, but you don't know anything.
Right, still a baby.
Honestly, it wasn't until like 40 where I was like, I think I kind of got this now. At least I have a good handle on how to drive the car.
Yeah. Well,
The car of life.
got it.
Yeah. But, so I think very self-reflective
Well,
on
it
his
is.
part.
It is, but it's also very enlightening. Yeah. Tons of injuries on the offensive line. Yeah. Quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah.
Wide receiver doesn't work out. No running game, et cetera, et cetera. But in the end,
Lindsay.
it's him.
Yeah, I agree. He's equally as part of the problem. I mean, ultimately, if the offensive line and all that stuff wouldn't have gone south, the thermostat would have stayed high,
Right, because
and
he
not
was
gone
winning.
low.
Right, if he's winning, he's okay. When he's losing, it's like people who are in the money business. When the stock market's hot, they're happy as can be.
Yeah.
When the stock market's
Bulls.
down,
Bulls.
they got
Crypto, same thing.
right.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like they can't handle life.
So what I would say to you is this: I think that we should get Sean on. Whenever they just email artists and say to him that we haven't had Sean in a long time, that we would love to catch up with him. You don't have to reference this story, but just say we want to catch up with him. Like, we haven't talked to him in a long time. Whenever his first availability is, the combine.
How about tomorrow?
Probably not tomorrow.
Come
What's
on,
wrong with
Cappy.
tomorrow?
I'm a little room.
The combine is coming up soon,
I got you.
right? The draft is also coming up soon. So, like, that in that time frame, he may have some time for us, is my guess. Right now, he needs time to chill, bro.
And you know what? While you're at it, Linz, if you don't mind, tell artists that I'd like to have Sean McVay as our guest in the 710 suite for a Laker game.
Yeah.
Tell him we'd like to have a little
He's
social
actually a big
time.
hoops fan.
Okay? And tell artists, you know what else? Tell artists we want artists to come too.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we want artists and Sean.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
You
Artists
got
can, let's bring them all. Like, they could bring some family, friends,
yeah, tell
whatever guest.
Sean to bring
Yeah.
his wife.
Yeah.
Got it.
Tell
Artists.
artists to bring his whole family.
Yeah.
The entire mishbucha.
Right. And we will host them. And we can have, Sean is a big hoops fan, so is
Okay?
artists.
And we'll get him some vodka cranberries,
Oh, he's big on vodka.
and then we'll get him dancing.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
We can get him on the Jumbotron dancing with you, Cappy, and it'll go viral.
Oh,
Dude.
that's what you
Dude.
want.
That's your
See, I
moment.
know his angle.
Yep.
now.
Yeah,
That's
doing
it.
the bump.
You know who's gonna be mad.
As long as you don't do that dance you tried doing with me when I
that's
walked
you.
in there. The one
Doing
day.
the bump.
Laura is right,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You hear Laura?
Somebody's going to be upset, huh?
Yeah.
Who dat?
I mean, y'all know.
He's on vacation.
Y'all
today.
do know.
Yeah, he's on vacation today. Mm-hmm. He'll be like, oh, so you guys went to the game with Sean McVay, huh?
Got on the Jumbotron.
Or me and that individual you're speaking of do have a mandate planned for, I want to say, like March 8th. I don't remember who the Lakers are playing that night. And maybe we get him to come that night.
No.
No, you don't want him there.
No.
Yeah, I don't want him there. No. I got you. No, I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, everybody should turn on our YouTube show today because we are hot.
Yeah?
We are hot.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm
Very-
going to be hot in here. It's
Very
kinda
hot.
warm, actually.
I'm going to turn down the AC.
I am hot. I'm
It's
very
cold.
warm. I
Y'all
had to take my
tripping.
sweater off.
Yeah, it's warm.
Y'all
in here now.
tripping is freezing.
Yeah. Real quick, though, Cappy, coming up next, I want to get into the Lakers. LeBron's demeanor is fascinating to me, according to Dave McMiniman, who was there today and had an interesting report on LeBron. I want to get into that, just kind of where they are, and let's assess. We're going to do some assessing in a moment. But first, I got to talk about my friend Honest Abe at
Honest.
Fullerton Ford. Okay,
we love Honest Abe.
Fullerton Ford. They are changing the car buying experience. They're doing everything differently because they're built differently. So when you think Ford, I want you to think Fullerton Ford. Much like us here on the Sedano and Kap show, where we've built this community, Abe is doing the same thing at his car dealership. I know what you think when you think I have to go to a car dealership. Oh, my God, I got to go to a car dealership. All these sharks are surrounding me like I'm chum in the water. That's not going to be the case at Fullerton Ford. They actually treat you like an adult. I know, it's a novel concept, but it's also why they're the fastest-growing Ford dealership in Southern California. And Abe, I've told you, the man's story is inspirational. This dude started off as a porter, went to the Marine, became as part of the Marine Corps, and he has this. He's a proud veteran that loves to help people, veterans alike, but certainly veterans. But in general, he wants to help his community. And you and I are now part of his community, part of his family. So go see it for yourself at 700 West Commonwealth Avenue. The man's story is inspirational. When you get to meet him there, you're going to say, Sedano, you know what? You weren't kidding. This dude is out of control. I love this guy. You're going to love Abe like I love Abe. 700 West Commonwealth Avenue in the heart of Fullerton. Visit their website, FullertonFordOC.com. Fullerton Ford, putting dreams in driveways.
Mason and Ireland.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Mason.
All right, I'm talking to all 710 listeners right now. Let's start off with this. March 18th, it's a Saturday afternoon. Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. That is where I am about to teach everybody a little bit about pickleball. And the reason is because you see my father here is a world champion pickleball player. And while I have never played pickleball, not one time in my entire life, I already got my own racket, which means I'm about to kick some you-know-what. So come on out and support. Be there. We'll all watch college ball games together, and we are going to win.
And happy
26th birthday duo, D'Angelo Russell. And on this day back in 1987, friend of the radio station, Jody Watley, released her self-titled solo debut album. Sedano Kap continues your Thursday afternoon now.
Yeah. For a new love, baby. A new love. Yeah.
These are some moves. People are getting to see them now on YouTube. Now, as I tell you I can move, people can actually see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can see it all right.
Yeah, watch this right here. Little delay. Oh, you're not watching? I'm watching.
I'm not watching.
Well, the whole circle is now in the YouTube chat.
Oh, okay, good.
So you don't even have to go to Twitter anymore. You just come right here to YouTube. It's a live YouTube chat right now.
I like this circle better.
Well, they're all in here.
Yeah.
They're all here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody Watley, what's up, girl? Shout out to you. Happy birthday. And, or, whatever. And, hey, maybe we get you to a Laker game, too. The night we take Sean McVay, we'll take Jody Watley, too. I'm looking for a new love, baby. A new love.
So, Dre, she tweets us in the Sedano and Kap Circle of Trust and says, the ladies are correct. I'll drop an occasional bikini pic, but I'm fairly conservative offline and never been an easy takedown. My dad hates it, too, but he's dramatic. Ain't nothing wrong with little skin as long as you carry yourself well.
Wait a second. Did Dre say, and you said she's a she?
Yeah, Dre.
Dre?
That's it, Andrea.
Oh, she said that she's never been an easy takedown?
Yeah.
What is this, a wrestling match?
Yeah.
This is Greco-Roman?
Sometimes
all
it
up
can
in
be.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm telling
Dre.
The women that say, people always thought I was hella easy because of the way that I'm very open. And I'm like, bro, no. But
So you're hella not easy.
yes, not easy. But I always say, the women that carry themselves very, oh my God,
No. What does that mean? Oh, my God. What?
Try not to say certain words on air.
Oh, my B.
Anyway.
Speaking of my B,
Oh,
have
my
you seen
B.
this story about the Powerball, the $2 billion Powerball?
All right,
Yeah, that was my what you need to know.
Oh, damn it. Then we'll wait.
It's
Save
okay.
it.
It's
No.
okay. I can find another one.
No. It's a good tease. It's a good tease
Okay.
for what you need to know. Because it is a good what you need to know.
Cappy, you really don't know it?
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, don't ask any questions because then we're just going to blow it.
Here's me. Hey, George.
Yeah.
Hey, George. Have you read the article in The Athletic?
I did what he did. See how it feels? See how it feels?
Wait, did you send it to him,
No,
Cappy?
at the commercial break, George was like, dude, did you hear the story about the guy with the lottery ticket in
Oh,
Altadena?
See, that's no fun because then you already reacted to it.
No, but I mean, this
This
was
is
a
a
setup.
new girl. This isn't
She
new.
was a softball.
Cappy
I
would
did
do
it
it
to
a
him.
lot.
I see, the last 2 days I've done the thing he does
Right,
to him,
yes.
and then he's like incredulous about it.
Right. I'm like, wait, you just told me I can't do that. Now
Right.
you're doing it to me.
Right. But I'm showing you how it feels.
I like to savor the reaction for live radio.
The Circle of Trust people sent it. It was in there.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where I saw it.
Well,
But
thanks,
it's
guys.
okay. But we can have a reaction to it because I still have plenty to say about it.
All right, well, shout out to the Circle, and I don't have all the details, so I'm waiting.
I read all the details.
Okay, I don't
It's
have them all
crazy.
yet. Really?
It's cray-cray.
Yeah.
For reals?
Oh, man. It's like there should be a movie written about this, a
Cappy,
documentary or something.
You
Yeah.
must not have read the whole.
No, I didn't read any of it. George just told me a preview.
It was in the prep email.
No,
I'm
I
just
didn't read
kidding
that.
with you. I know.
Didn't read that.
I'm just joking. I know you're
All right.
driving up today.
Speaking of
That's
prep,
all right. I was battling the rain.
Speaking of prep, I think LeBron's ready. He's focused.
Think so, huh?
Yeah, it's he's already talked about these next 23 games are the most important in his regular, in his career in the regular season.
Right.
And McMiniman was there today. Your boy,
Dave McMiniman.
McMiniman. Yeah. So he was reporting.
I'm looking for him tonight, by the way.
Okay, good. He was reporting today on NBA Today
Yeah, McMiniman.
about what was that?
McMiniman.
Yeah. Well, he was reporting about how kind of LeBron was not in a joking mood today. He was very serious.
LeBron kept things pretty close to the chest today. I mean, some days you can tell he wants to talk, others, like today, pretty tight-lipped. But the one thing that caught my eye was his smile when asked about Darvin Ham, saying that he's sticking with the same starting five that we saw prior to the break in that win against the Pelicans. The Lakers have played 59 games so far this season. They've had 30 different starting lineups, the most in the league. And LeBron said this is something he's talked about time and time again in post-game press conference scenarios, how they've shuffled through different starting lineups, different closing lineups. He feels like this is a good start starting point for this final stretch. Again, not just the most 23 important games of the season. LeBron said over the weekend, the 23 most important games of his regular season career. He put himself out there. Darvin Ham put the team out there saying they want to get the 6th seed or higher. I asked LeBron about that goal. He said, hey, it's good to set goals and have something to strive for.
So focused, but finally put a smile on his face when he heard about the same starting lineup, because he has lamented that openly multiple times over the season.
Yeah, he's not, and isn't usually bashful when he's got a strong opinion.
Right.
And I don't remember what game it was a few weeks back when somebody asked him, and he's like, well, don't you see like how every night things change?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like our problem.
Right.
And I don't even know if, now that I think about it, it may have been Brody who back then may have talked about that as well.
Yeah.
But clearly it was an ongoing issue.
Right.
You, at the trade deadline, get 3 pieces now.
Yeah.
That should be your starting pieces.
A fit.
So that guys like Austin Reeves, for example,
Can go to their proper role on the bench.
a guy like Troy Brown,
Right.
you know,
Dennis Schroeder. Yeah.
Exactly. These guys go back. You know, I like Wenyen Gabriel. 10 minutes a game's probably enough.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see more of Mo Bamba tonight. I'm going to be curious about that.
Mo Bamba? You like Mo Bamba?
I want some Mo.
Mo.
That's from Mason in Ireland. I stole that on purpose.
You're going to get a text soon.
Oh,
you're going to get a text, buddy.
drop. You can't use that drop. Don't you use our drop.
You're going to get a text. And rightly so. Hack.
Wow.
So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I listen, everything fits now. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I
with
mean,
you.
we think.
I mean, in theory,
We think it
it
fits.
didn't fit before. That's
no,
for sure.
But what it did is it fit when LeBron came back to play one game before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
It worked that night, the win over New Orleans. And now tonight, George, you got obviously 2.
They got to win this game.
No,
They're 6-point favorites.
Right.
Okay. There's no Andrew Wiggins.
Right.
There's no Steph Curry.
Correct.
You got to win this game.
Precise. That's what I was going to say, just so you know.
Okay, good.
I was going to say that.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
If they don't have, look, if Steph Curry were playing tonight, I'd be like, okay, this they got to win, but this is going to be a really tough game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's not going to be tough. Every game here is going to be tough. Because, listen, what we heard Patrick Beverley say the other day, my goal is to keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see the Lakers fail. Everybody wants to see LeBron not be in the playoffs
Right.
again.
Yeah. I agree. Coming up next, Slee's going to be on the spot. But before that, do you want to hear the positive or the negative spin on the Lakers before we go?
I want to hear the negative.
All right, Laura, Zach Lowe, get that one ready. So basically, our boy Kendrick Perkins said that he felt that the Lakers will huddle up together. They're going to go on a win streak. They're going to get things sorted out. And Zach Lowe was like, I don't know.
Momentum, 5-game winning streaks. The Lakers are 27-32. Like, not a lot of teams that are 27-32 just like, okay, we're going to go on a 5-game winning streak now. That's like a fifth of their total wins for the whole season.
Yeah.
And I understand they're a totally new team with the subtraction of Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley. They're a team that makes sense now. They didn't make sense before. They make sense now. I just have to see it for like a week before I start projecting like 6th, 5th, 7 out of 8. They're 13th right now.
Totally fair, by the way.
This guy, Zach Lowe, man. Does he even watch basketball?
Actually, he watches more basketball than anyone I know.
I mean, come on.
He literally watches basketball when there's no basketball. Like, he goes, Zach Lowe, this is not even an exaggeration. Zach Lowe watches every single game.
I mean, the way McMiniman, says to me, you even watch these guys? Hey, Zach Lowe, come on, man. Listen, you may watch more basketball, but you got to understand the human spirit.
Yeah.
You got to understand what's inside the heart of a champion.
That's what Perk was trying to say.
Well, that's why guys like me and Perk are on the same page.
McMiniman.
Because, again, championship caliber mindset.
We can play the Perk sound for Slee on the other side. But I do think it's reasonable to say, hey, they haven't won 5 games all year in a row, so let's slow down a little bit.
But we understand why.
Yeah.
Between injuries and locker room chemistry.
But he said they fit now. But let me see. He said, can I see it for a week
yes,
before
Zach
we get
Lowe.
there?
Yeah, Zach.
That's not unreasonable.
See it.
I want to see it too.
I'm going tonight, up close and personal.
I have said, if they get in, they're dangerous. But I need to see them get in first.
Hey, listen.
What?
If me and LeBron hug it out tonight, will you take a picture?
No, you're
Never
not going to hug
happening.
it out.
If
security will tackle you.
If LeBron and I decide to take a picture together, will you take the picture?
How about you read about our friends at Yamava first, and
All right.
I'll decide that
All right,
later.
think about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, listen, everybody. I want you to win big at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel this February. And by the way, we're kind of getting towards the end of the month, right? Today's February 23rd, and there's only 28 days. Did you guys know that? I did. Play in any premium room and be one of 2 winners of a luxurious Rolex Daytona watch. This is happening on February 28th. It's coming up this week. All right, I'm talking to all 710 listeners right now. Let's start off with this. March 18th, it's a Saturday afternoon. Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. That is where I am about to teach everybody a little bit about pickleball. And the reason is because you see my father here is a world champion pickleball player. And while I have never played pickleball, not one time in my entire life, I already got my own racket, which means I'm about to kick some you-know-what. So come on out and support. Be there. We'll all watch college ball games together, and we are going to win.
If you didn't eat it like Mace, you're good.
Released this iconic smash.
Oh, yeah.
Sedano Kap continues in Thursday afternoon right now.
Yeah. So O'Shea's supposed to be on Mason and Ireland tomorrow without Mason.
Time out. I told Greg, since we discussed this yesterday, I'm going to invite O'Shea to come by and bring him a birthday cake if he comes on our show instead.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Mason is going to get so mad.
But it's an or. It's not an and. It's an or.
Correct.
Okay.
Hey, well, he doesn't have to come for crosstalk.
Right. There you go. I don't care. I love talking to O'Shea.
I've never met O'Shea.
Really?
Never met him.
Huh.
And by the way,
he did call you. What did he call you? Blank document.
Yeah, he did. I didn't get that.
That was funny.
I still don't get it. What does it mean?
Ay, Dios mío.
What's it mean?
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah. But listen, O'Shea, I mean, much love, but I would much rather meet Dad, frankly.
Yeah.
I'd like to hug it out with Dad.
Yeah. I don't know if Dad want to hug it out with you.
Why
I
not?
was going to say.
Why?
I don't know. Just don't feel like. I don't know if Dad's like a hug it out kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like he got a scowl. You know what I'm saying?
I know that O'Shea's a hug it out guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if I only can hug it out with Junior, then I will.
Okay. No, but you just now said you didn't want to hug it out with him.
Well, I'm saying if given the choice, I'd rather hug it out with Dad.
How about with Slee?
Love Slee. Hugged it out with him yesterday.
You hugged it out with Slee yesterday?
In a big way.
Is that true, Slee?
Yeah, saw Cap immediately. There was an embrace, and then as we both parted ways, we embraced again. So actually 2 hugs yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Double
It's nice.
dip.
Yeah.
I love love. You know what I'm saying? I love to give it. I love to receive it. McMiniman. You know?
Yeah.
Just love.
Slee, the road starts now, right? Like there's no more room for losses. There's no Steph Curry tonight. There's no Andrew Wiggins. You have to win this game tonight, correct?
I'm with you. I really am, and I get it. I mean, I know there's the literal sense of it's a must-win. I understand. I get what that all means. But if you're whatever your number is, right? If you think Lakers got to win 13, 14, whatever it is to get inside of this, get in the play-in tournament, not every game's created equal in the sense that, like you're mentioning, George, they don't have Wiggins, they don't have Steph Curry. You're at home. You're coming off a win where you finally got a chance to kind of see a group of guys all together. It was the first time since the trade deadline that everybody was in the lineup together. You won that game handily. You can't just start your final 23 games with an L. I really do think it would be devastating if they did lose, especially got a 3-game road trip coming up. So I'm with you that nothing other than a W tonight is acceptable.
See, Slee, I think that this Laker team is going to come out and play with what I like to call like a lot of
some chutzpah.
Yes, but like Riz. Do you know what that means,
No.
Slee?
So this, if you remember, Cap, this came up on Ask Cap. What was that? Yesterday, right?
Right.
Oh, you did Ask Cap?
Did you learn it?
Who was better at Ask Cap?
You learned.
Who was better at it, Ask Cap or Ask Sedano?
Come on, tell him the truth.
That's actually a good question. I don't know. I've never really kind of compared Ask Caps and Ask Sedanos. Okay, I'll say this. I thought the questions yesterday to Cap were a little kind of, which I kind of expect, a little all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the questions will determine how good the actual Ask Slee is going to be, or Ask Sedano or Ask Cap. So he had some random questions yesterday that I liked.
So, George, the thing is, the kids say this one now, that you got to play with a whole bunch of Riz.
Right.
It's kind of a replacement for swag,
Right.
sort of an abbreviation of charisma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the thing, though. I think, Slee, what I'm getting at is there's going to be a different attitude on this team because of what they've gotten out of their locker room. Yes, the physical pieces, obvious, but the emotional part of getting Russ out of this locker room, to me, that's going to equal Riz on the floor. Good use.
I love the use of Riz there. So here's the thing, Scott. I'll tell you this, and I think we've all seen enough Laker games over the last 2 years where you kind of start. There might be a time where you say, "Is there something here? Can they start building some momentum?" And then they'll take 2 steps back. So I don't disagree that can't happen, but I also don't want to just have faith, thinking in my head, believing something that I haven't. I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't disagree with the trade. I don't disagree that having Russ out of there. I spent some time yesterday. We're talking about this. Just not having Russ there is great for Russell Westbrook. It's great for the Lakers. And what does that all mean over the final 23 games? I think we'll find out. But I've also watched enough of this team where you get a little momentum, and then you're down to the Blazers by 19 at halftime. You get a little momentum, and then you lose against the Pelicans, who had lost 10 games in a row. It's a different squad. I'm not saying it's the same, but I want to see it before I just start proclaiming that I think it's going to happen.
Slee, give me 1 second here because I need to address Kaplan for what he was doing while you were talking. What the hell were you doing?
So if you're watching the YouTube, down below there's a lower third graphic, and there's a picture of Slee, right?
And what were you doing with your fingers?
I was trying to crush his little grape head on the YouTube, because he's just, it's like right here.
Did you even listen to a word he said?
Yeah. So the thing is this. I disagree with you, just like I disagree with Zach Lowe. Let me see it. For me, I'm like, I've already seen it, and I know what to expect now.
You've seen it for one game.
Right. And now they've got to shoot like a rocket ship.
Do you think that Sliwa and Zach Lowe are being unreasonable when they say I need to see it for at least a few games?
Not unreasonable at all. I just expect this team blasts off right from here. That's all.
Okay. All right. Do you think that when LeBron said, Slee, that I'm going to play in all 23 games, that was a just kind of like a message to Anthony Davis?
I think it's definitely a message. I know the AD thing specific, but I think just in general, he's basically said, look, if LeBron missed 5 games, 6 games over these final 23, probably not going to make the playoffs.
Toast.
If AD missed 5 or 6 games in this next 23, probably not going to make the playoffs.
Toast.
So, look, I think it could be a. He doesn't have to tell them directly, but I think there's a message there that it's the only shot we got. I mean, if you're already going to have all these challenges, you're already going to have teams that are kind of fighting for the same positioning that you're fighting for, and it's not going to be an easy road. And teams love taking on the Lakers when they're on the road. Players love taking on the Lakers. You are kind of, as you just said, Cap, toast. If AD's playing, if he plays 17 of these final 23, you tell me, what their record would be. Or if Bron plays 17 of these 23. I think there's a little subliminal message there to AD that we both got to play. If we don't, then we don't have a shot of getting in the postseason.
You got anything else from?
What do you think? You think he's right or wrong?
I think he's right. That's why I asked the question.
Okay. Well, you mean just to make sure that
Slee and I are in the league.
You guys are.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
I know, but this whole thing, I actually do think if we all believe that LeBron says things with intention,
yeah,
he's sending a message to AD.
Yeah.
Gets us right back to the night that he broke Kareem's record and AD's
No,
behavior.
those are separate things. Did you see what AD said when he was asked about Russ the other day?
I did.
Yeah. Wasn't very complimentary.
Not at all.
Yeah. So that, again, I'm going to trust the reporting on that night.
I'm going to trust what I saw.
I'm going to trust my reporting, and I'm going to trust the reporting that came the next day.
I'm going to trust my reporting.
Which is what?
Which was what I saw on a monitor that particular evening.
Dope.
No, seriously.
Anyway,
That's
Slee,
reporting.
Since Travis has been out this week, I'm going to put you on the spot because this is Slee on the spot.
Okay.
Who's been your favorite co-host this week?
So it's only been Yates. That's all I've had.
Oh, really?
So
I
then
thought,
it must be Yates.
I thought there was more than one.
Well,
That's my fault. That's my bad.
And you guys have done enough with Yates to know it's easy breezy, right? So I've enjoyed the time with Clinton.
I was hoping there would be someone else in there so you could actually make a decision, but that was my fault.
How about Clinton rocking that tank top the other day?
As well.
Oh, really? Playing pickleball with you?
He did. Slee, have you played pickleball?
Oh, I'm going a week from today. I guess right now I still got to reserve the court. This is amazing. I didn't know you have to reserve them.
How about this, Slee? Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're on the air. You can't play with me.
Take the day off.
Take the day off.
Me and Shidano, we've got a practice session. Bro. That's true.
Yeah.
I was
going to say, take the come down to us.
I got to wait for Jorge and Berg to get off. So I think we're going to play around 6 on a week from today.
All right.
6 is too late.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Yeah. And it's also too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. We may not be on the air.
Which day?
Week from today.
Oh, that's next
I think
Thursday.
You guys will be.
No, yeah, we're off Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, there's games on the East Coast.
Yeah. I love those games.
I know, me too.
My favorite.
That's why we need the Lakers in the playoffs desperately.
Yeah. They don't play in the East Coast, though.
No, I know, but we still, they'll have a 7 o'clock game, it makes a 5:30 show.
Oh, okay.
And gets me over to the arena and gets me into those tacos in the 710 suite.
Yeah. All right, Slee, we'll see you later, pal.
All right, pal, sounds good.
There you go.
And
Slee's
the
coming
dessert
up.
truck. The dessert truck that you brag so much about.
The cart.
Yeah, it's not really a truck.
Yeah. Be fascinating if they got a truck in there. So, all right, coming up next, Cappy, Darvin Ham has laid down the law when it comes to these next 23 games. We'll tell you what he said. Thanks to Slee for joining us for Slee on the Spot each and every Laker game day. Slee will be coming up at 5:30 with Michael. Stick around. We're back in 2 minutes.
Oh,
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
First fall of the day. Oh, it's on camera. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
At least you didn't eat it like Mace. You're good.
$710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Linz, what do you got?
Well, if you guys will remember, back on Valentine's Day, I told you about the man who finally came forward and identified himself as the person who won the record-setting $2.404 billion Powerball jackpot that was sold at an Altadena service station back in a couple months ago. Well, turns out part of the reason why it took so long for that guy to be identified is because a man named Jose Rivera claims that he was the one who actually bought the winning ticket from the service station on November 7th, the day before the actual drawing. He claimed that another man, identified only as Reggie, stole the ticket from him. And so he said that he is actually the rightful winner of the Powerball jackpot and called the California Lottery to have them investigate because it's his money, so he says.
Right, and there's a lot of these places, all these gas stations or whatever have video. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, so there will be a resolution to this. They've reached out to the service station and they did not comment, but the California Lottery did say the California Lottery is not authorized to investigate criminal activity among its players. Such allegations are subject to investigation only by local law enforcement. Should a local law enforcement agency investigate such allegations, Lottery's only role is to assist in the matter by answering questions or providing evidence as allowed under the law. So basically, and they added this. Further, when it comes to vetting the process for big winners, California Lottery has the utmost confidence in its process for doing so. California Lottery remains confident that Edwin Castro is the rightful winner of this $2.404 billion prize from the Powerball drawing of November 2022.
All right, so like what if the dude goes into the service station, right, buys the ticket, nobody thinks they're really going to win. He walks over to his buddy Edwin, or as he's known here, a.k.a. Reggie.
Yeah.
And he goes, Reggie, my man, this is a gift for you. And then Reggie winds up winning, and now the guy who bought it, who thought it was 1 in 10 billion to win, realizes I gave it to him. Now he says he stole it from me.
Yeah, who knows who's telling the truth here is the question. But remember, we found it odd that day when Lindsay told us the story that the person did not do was not present for the lottery announcement.
Right. For that presser.
You know what I want to know? Did the theft of the ticket supposedly occur before or after he found out that it was a winning ticket?
Yeah. When did this theft occur?
It was bought the day before. So did there something happen like right there and then and there at the station where
did
it was
Reggie
stolen
grab
right
it
away?
and run away? Right.
Right. Or was it
so
I won?
Jose Rivera, the guy who's claiming that it was stolen, says that he bought it on November 7th, the day before the drawing, and that according to paperwork obtained by Eyewitness News here, ABC7, Rivera claims another man identified as Reggie stole the ticket. Rivera said after the winning numbers were drawn, he kept asking to get the ticket back, but Reggie allegedly refused. He claims Reggie threatened to destroy the ticket if he did not split the winnings.
Well, I would have taken the split at that point.
Why not?
At that point, hey, give me $1.01 billion, and you take the other 1.01, and let's go in as friends, and we'll go halvesies on this thing. Don't destroy the ticket, Reg. Well,
it's too late now. Reg claimed all of it.
What kind of idiot is going to say no? Like, I'm not going to split it with you because I want all of it. At that point, your grandkids aren't even going to be able to spend all that money.
You're going to end up getting like 400, nearly 500 million apiece.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. I still have the question that you have, Lindsay, which is, how did you actually steal it? Like, was the first guy walking down the street minding his own business? Somebody mugs him, takes his wallet, takes off, has the winning ticket, and he's like, hey, he stole that from me.
No, I think they know each other.
Or was it like they found out that this guy won and he didn't tell anybody, he didn't come forward, and he had it like hidden in his safe in his bedroom for the past 3 months or whatever, and he went in there one day.
Well, my guess is they didn't come forward because of all this drama.
Wow, these are active imaginations.
But what if there was like a sophisticated heist where he got like, he came in through the window and he like busted open the safe and he stole it.
That
like
sounds crazy.
Did he have like a stethoscope?
Yeah, one of those
on
things.
where you could like hear the tick 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 tick.
Exactly. What would you do if you had a winning lottery ticket? Where would you hide it? Like, what would you even do with it?
I'd go get a safety deposit box at the bank. Seriously.
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
No,
you just walk into a bank and say,
yeah, you just tell them I want to lease a safety deposit box.
I wouldn't feel safe with that.
You immediately go, I got the winning numbers. Let's get in the car. let's drive to Sacramento.
I would go right to the
I was going to say
I'd go right
that's
there.
where I'm going.
Well, but if you got to wait, if you got to take your time, if you go to Sacramento, you need to get a lawyer first. You need to get like an accountant. You need to get all those things lined up before you claim that prize.
Oh, not me.
Couldn't you give it to them and then be like, hey, this is my ticket.
This is why I told you.
And then we'll call the attorney.
You asked me who the first person I would call was. It would be Key.
You did say that.
Because Key is rich.
Yeah,
and
but-
Key has all these people that I need.
Yeah, but if you're a regular guy and you have the winning ticket and you look at it, you don't think to yourself, lawyer, accountant.
You should.
No, here's what you do. You call my guy, Travis, over here at the arena, who we'll see tonight, okay? That's your security guy. You hired Travis to be your security guy, and that's the end of it.
Oh, he's good.
Right? He shows up with you. Anybody comes near me who's trying to steal my winning lottery ticket, you got to go through my man right here.
Yo, Cappy, I love Travis.
Yeah.
I'm still doing all of what Sedano said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm calling Key first.
I mean, I don't got access to Key like that, but I'm doing the lawyer, the accountant, and the people. You got to have a squad, bro.
Yeah. We're going to hug it out tonight. You know, I'm going to make my rounds around Crypto.com arena tonight.
Don't get lost, though.
I'm going to FaceTime Key.
Hug it out with everybody.
Don't get lost, though, Cappy.
I'm going to FaceTime Key.
All right, we're going to FaceTime Keyshawn.
See if he picks up the phone.
See what happens here.
He's going to say something about my glasses for sure if he picks up.
Keep your finger on the dump button, Laura.
No, he's not picking up.
Not doing it, huh?
He may be
chasing down
I don't know.
Justin
Is he in
Timberlake?
LA or New York? I don't know.
Or Justin Bieber?
I'm not sure. Morales would know. He's probably going to text you.
Yeah, Chris, if you're listening, find out where Key is.
Well, maybe Chris has Keyshawn's phone. And he's like, I'm not answering.
He may not. Yeah. That's fine. We'll try later.
All right.
Yeah, I would call him first.
Nah, not
I was
me.
just going to ask him if I win the Powerball, can I call you? Can I call you to ask for your attorney and your accountant?
It's the first guy you call, huh?
100%.
Yeah.
I just FaceTimed him right now. You don't think I'd call him if I actually won the lottery?
You know what? I would say that you should probably think about somebody else because he ain't answering your call.
Nah, he'd pick up eventually. I just got to text him first.
Seriously.
All right, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. All right, Cappy, Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
One cannot live on ham alone, but Darvin Ham has laid down the law about the goals for this team for the next 23 games.
Okay.
Lindsay, Laura, let me hear from Darvin Ham.
The goal is for us to come out and try to be the best version of ourselves with each game, but definitely, we can go and secure a spot. That, that is our goal right there. And if we fall into a play-in situation, so be it. But our number one goal is to go secure a spot, not just to, throw games off here and there and just wish for a play-in. We want to go secure a spot.
I mean, listen, you started the season 2-10. You need to, at some point, go 10-2. Check that. 11-2, 12-2, 13-2. You got to make up. I know you just gave me a look like that's ridiculous, but I'm just making the point that you've got to go on some kind of a winning streak because you dug this giant hole. You've been telling me for the last week about the first 20 games of an NBA season
are more indicative of how you're going to do down the road, like in the playoffs, than the last 20.
So you were 2-10 in the first 12.
Right.
You got to make up for that at some point. And I love that Darvin Ham is not talking about, well, here's our goal. We're going to just try and scratch and claw and squeeze our way into the play-in. That's really all our goal is, just to try and get into the play-in.
He says we're going for the 6 seed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Set your goals high. If you don't get to the 6 seed, maybe it's the 7, maybe it's the 8. Nonetheless, you're not just squeaking your way in on the 10.
No, you got to try to win every game. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you're not going to win them all, but if you can win 14 or 15 of them, you're in decent shape.
If you can win 18 or 19 of them,
of course,
you've built a lot of momentum, and now everybody in the league is like, okay, they got it right at the exact perfect time. They all started to gel. They're all trending upward. We don't want to see those guys. That's the way you got to sell it in the locker room, George.
Yeah, and that's how he's selling it.
Right.
That's actually what Kendrick Perkins said. It's why you and Perk are vibing.
Right. That, and I think
he's going to be a best-selling author. I don't know if you realize that.
I'm not sure I do, but also I think it's the whole French bulldog thing. I think there
is the connection
we're
there.
Frenchy daddies.
Yeah, exactly. Let me hear from Perk.
This team right here, they have everything and more, in my opinion. The only thing in question is the health of Anthony Davis. But when it comes down to the Western Conference, It's a few teams that don't want to see this Laker team. And thank God for the play-in tournament. It was the best thing that the NBA could possibly do. And so when I'm looking at it right now, they just have to go on, a 5 or 6 game winning streak, what they're capable of doing, and get into the play-in to get into the postseason. This team will be dangerous. They will be the most dangerous 8th seed in NBA history, in my opinion, if they get into the playoffs, which I think they will.
Yeah, on God, for real. Way to go, Perk. Zach Lowe. Don't tell me Zach Lowe, I got to see it. They've never done it. No. You got to be positive about it. You got to think about what the mindset is inside that locker room. 5'11", Cy. You gotta believe. That's why I keep trying to convince you that we're going to win the pickleball tournament. But I can't seem to reach you.
By the way, quick side note, Kendrick Perkins, soon to be, what did you say?
Best-selling author.
Yeah. His book just came out this week. And today, if you want to go to Barnes & Noble at the Grove, you can get your book signed. He's going to be there at 7 o'clock.
By Big
tonight.
Perk.
Yep.
Maybe he wants to come to the Laker game at halftime, hang out with us.
He's going to be signing.
Yeah, I did talk to him. He's going to be at the game. At the book signing.
And what's his book about? Anybody know?
It's a memoir.
Yeah, it's about his life.
The Education of Kendrick Perkins.
If he weren't on ESPN and he weren't such a great talker, and he released a book, and I was like, oh, this former NBA basketball player, big deal. But the fact that he's on TV and he's so fun to watch and listen to.
He's very lovable.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
And I really want to dress like him. Like, I want to wear...
No, you can't.
Yes, no, I want to wear an all-black, thing.
No,
like a schmata right here.
No.
And then I want to wear, one of those big medallion silver necklaces.
No.
I would look fire.
No, you wouldn't. You look ridiculous.
No, man.
You look so
No, for
stupid.
real, dude.
You'd look so stupid.
They'd put up my resume on ESPN on the lower third graphic, and people would read it, and they'd go, why is he dressed like that?
Yeah, who is this guy? Yeah. All right, real quick before we move on. Did you see this Charles Barkley story? Because I did not text this to you, I don't think.
Which
Did I?
one? Which Charles Barkley story? About where he goes off?
Oh, yeah, I did actually text this
where
to
you.
you.
Where he goes off?
I don't
Yeah,
remember
on
what I
KD?
texted you anyway. No, there's no audio. But Charles Barkley, I love Charles.
Yeah.
But he said KD must win a championship on his own to earn respect. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
I don't think this is not him joining the 72-win Warriors or whatever, 73-win Warriors. This Phoenix team, they won 60 games or whatever it was last year. This is not the same team they had last year, not by any stretch of the imagination. They literally have Chris Paul is not. I love Chris Paul. Okay, Chris Paul is not the same player he was even a year ago. He's 38 years old,
and Devin Booker's hurt, has been hurt,
right?
And
they got
Durant,
rid of all their depth to trade for Durant,
who's been hurt. But I think what Charles Barkley was saying was, you know what? Like, it's very annoying to watch a guy like Kevin Durant try and build a super team, fail at it, and then take off and destroy one franchise while trying to jump on somebody else's bandwagon at another franchise. And what Charles was saying is, old guys like us, we don't have respect for you guys doing this. I actually think the opinion is shared by many. You're right. The Suns this year are not what the Warriors were when he joined them.
No.
But he's gotten out of one mess to go jump on somebody else's bandwagon. And he may be the best player on their team, and he may lead them to a championship.
The Phoenix Suns, though, they weren't. They're the 5th seed. They're 4 games over 500, for God's sake. Like, what are we talking about here, Chuck?
We're talking about a team that was in the finals. Was it last year or the year before?
2 years ago.
Okay, so that's what he's talking about. You know, you still have your 2 key
and
pieces.
Their second best player has gotten older, way older.
Listen, I'm with Chuck, okay? I'm with Charles Barkley. And I like being with Charles Barkley because if I'm not with him, he might pick me up and throw me through a window. I want to be with this man right here. Yeah. You get picked up and thrown.
Yeah.
Seriously, he may not play that game with you.
I think Charles loves me because I disagree with him all the time.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I mean,
I have the real cell phone for Charles.
You do?
He has 2
How many
phones.
has he got? Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Most guys, I would think he'd have like 4.
He calls it, he has the real cell phone and he has the fake one for dummies, I believe he called it.
Okay, and you actually get the real one.
And I text him. I said, is this the real one? He says, no, you get the real one.
Oh, really? You know why?
Yeah.
Because you're a real one.
Maybe.
That's why.
I don't know. But I don't agree with him. I rarely agree with him. I love him to death, but I rarely agree with him.
I agree with him.
Yeah. He's the funniest person on television.
Seems like guys like me, Stephen A., Charles Barkley, Perk. Like, do you notice a pattern that it's like me and those 3 guys always seemingly aligned?
Yeah.
Do you guys notice that?
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're right.
No, it means that they're probably listening going, this Kaplan is a freaking genius. Say what he said on First Take. This guy Kaplan knows his basketball.
You'd be surprised. Stephen A. listens to a lot of radio.
Well, I would think this is probably one of his faves.
Yeah. Hey, coming up next, Radio Tinder, because we're only on for another 14 minutes. We're turning it over to Slee and Michael after this. But first, let me tell you, Laker game today.
Thanks, Christopher. Let me let him sing.
Love Pinocchio.
Sure you do.
That Pinocchio ride at Disneyland, yeah. Don't you think?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. But.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if you're a child, I feel like it gets a little...
Well, there's a bunch of rides at Disney that can get a little scary for a little kid, for sure.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, that's another one.
Yeah.
How about Dumbo? That's scary?
No,
that one's easy.
That one's super cute. My goddaughter
flying
loves
little
it.
elephant.
Just go up and down.
Just gives me a stomach.
Petrified of this thing.
Yeah. I mean, you've only been to Disneyland once, right?
I know. My daughter just hit me up. She's like, Dad, I'm coming home for spring break. Laker game, Disneyland. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, go during spring break. There's not going to be anybody there.
It's a long spring break. Seriously.
Laura's face.
I don't even know when spring break
She
is.
like almost fell off her chair laughing.
When is spring break? Like, I don't know. Is there official spring break?
Well, it depends.
They're all different. It's basically from like the end of March until the end of April.
But different like schools and like districts have different spring breaks, so it's always going to be packed.
Yeah.
The key is to not go around like the week before or after Easter, because that's when a lot of places have spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Linz?
All right, guys. So we've heard all about Aaron Rodgers and this darkness retreat.
Oh my God, it ended today, right?
Well, the terms of the deal, the darkness retreat, was that he would spend 4 nights and 4 days in complete darkness, silence, and isolation.
In Oregon.
Right. And he was doing this, of course, in an effort to clear his mind and find his path forward and hopefully emerge with a decision on whether or not he wants to retire. Well, he bailed 3 days in.
What?
Did you guys hear that?
He didn't finish the 4th day?
Nope, he did not finish the 4th day, and he has
couldn't do it.
reportedly emerged from the facility, which was a 300-square-foot room with no light whatsoever. But he has not yet come forward with his decision about his NFL future. Since Aaron Rodgers only made it 3 days on the darkness retreat, how many days do you think you'd make it?
Oh my God, like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
What if you were paid?
Okay, that's different. Depends on how much. Depends on how much.
Remember, I
'Cause
asked
now
you-
I got a goal.
Yeah,
you
remember
know?
I asked you about that one movie that I watched where these people were just, it was like a husband and wife in this just empty room with nothing but a bed.
No, I don't love it.
And they had to stay for like, I don't know, like a month or something. So
man.
for 3 days, do you think you can make it that long, Cappy?
If there was like a really serious cash reward at the end of it all, I might be able to stick it out. But if it were just me, like Aaron Rodgers, like, yo, I'm coming here. My goal is to clear out my head, make some decisions in my life, and the darkness and the quiet and the still of it all is going to help me, I don't think I can make it. I mean, I really don't. And you guys know me. I'm overconfident about everything. I don't think I can make it.
Yeah, no, I don't even love when it's like cloudy outside. I get like depressed when it's cloudy. I have what they call seasonal affective disorder. So
Sad.
Sad.
Literally
Seasonal
affective disorder.
affective.
When I lived in Connecticut, I hated the winters there. It was brutal.
So you say it's the abbreviation is SAD?
Yeah.
Whereas I thought effective was with an E?
It's with an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had that. You
I did.
okay? You gonna be all right?
I'm gonna be okay.
Okay.
I mean, I may
'Cause
be
it's cloudy out today. It's cold.
No,
and
it was
freezing.
beautiful by my house after
it
the
was.
morning. It was
Okay.
only cloudy for a little while, and then but tomorrow is gonna be miserable.
Because I ran through some heavy rain today.
So
It was
when I'm in a
soaked.
bad mood tomorrow, you'll know why.
Okay.
Because I'm sad.
Did you have one of
Literally.
those lights when you lived in Bristol? They have those lights, and you're supposed to be like sit in front of it, and it is supposed to help
No.
stimulate the
really?
effect of the sunlight. Yeah.
No, I just learned that literally, like from January to April, it's just all gray all the time. I couldn't live in Seattle.
Oh no.
I love going to Seattle in like the in the summer. It's beautiful.
I couldn't go.
In summer, it's gorgeous.
When you catch the right day in Seattle,
Yeah.
you're like, I could live here. When you catch the right day in San Francisco, I could live
Oh
here.
yeah,
The-
San Francisco's also too.
the
gloomy.
next day,
Yeah.
it's freezing,
Yeah,
windy,
rainy.
and gray, and
Yeah.
you're like, I got to get out of this place.
Yeah. No, I could do like a couple days, but I can't do like forever there. No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I was surprised the first time I ever went to San Francisco. I thought it was like, oh, California, it's going to be warm.
I don't mind an occasional gloomy day because it's kind of like relaxing. You can just kind of chill. Like when I went to Oregon this summer, we went to a beach town, and the first day we got there, it was like super cloudy, foggy, the whole thing, and it was kind of cool because you'd never been there. And in the morning, the marine layer is really thick there. You think it's bad here? It's super bad there. And I ran into Neil Everett. I think I told you this story. He's from there originally, and he has a house there in this little town we were in. We ran into him and his wife. And but every other day was beautiful. But they basically told me only go there this summer because every other day is like what you saw the first day.
Yeah. I know I get freaked out in June. They call it June gloom.
Yeah.
And I just, the whole month, if it's gloomy like that, I'm miserable.
Yeah.
So I am a tropical brother, as I have
So
explained to
you
you
also
guys.
have sad.
I didn't know I had it.
Now you know.
It's never been diagnosed.
And knowing is half the battle. I just diagnosed you there.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait, why is it June gloom? Is that a thing in San Diego?
It's a thing in
no,
like
here in
coastal
Southern
communities,
California.
I don't know. I've only lived here for like 6 years.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't figured that out in June. It rains.
No, I mean,
Just by the beach,
again,
it's cloudy.
in comparison to where I've lived in the past, it's wonderful. So
it drizzles a little bit and it's cloudy. Yeah, he's right.
I can handle it.
All right, good for you. Well, you grew up in
You're
Ohio.
tough. That's because you're tough.
I mean, this.
I mean, Ohio every day is cloudy.
We're soft.
Like Clinton said the other day, there's a reason I moved away from the Midwest. Like, no thanks. I don't know. The first time I went home after moving out here, I was like, nope, never living here again. I needed to sit in my car and wait for my nephew to get off the bus because it was too cold for me. I'm soft, totally. All right,
Well,
well,
that makes
next
three
one.
of us.
Yeah.
And four of us.
Spotify just rolled out a new feature. Cappy, I guess you're probably not going to participate in this because you don't have Spotify because you still use Pandora.
I do use Spotify on occasion. I listen to some
okay.
podcasts there.
Okay, well then this
Sedano
applies
Kap.
to you.
Yeah, what's the deal? Tell me.
So they're rolling out a new feature that they're calling a personalized DJ in your pocket. The new DJ feature creates a custom playlist based on your listening habits and provides interesting information about the track, the album, or the artist through a synthesized AI voice.
Okay.
Spotify says it, quote, knows you and your music taste so well that it can choose what to play for you. So does Spotify's new DJ feature sound like something that you want to try, Cappy? Swipe left or swipe right?
You know what? I'm going to swipe right. Hit me with some Journey, you know? Ooh, anytime that you want me. Some old school Journey, you know? I mean, if they're going to be able to build that for me through AI, you know, they have all the information, right? They know everything about me already, you know?
Yeah, I'm swiping left. I don't really care.
No, don't care.
Yeah, I'm out.
Out on Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I don't really use Spotify that much. I'm more of an Apple person.
I was going to say, I use Apple Music, and I just use, like, a lot of times when I do, like, the Lindsay's playlist or Lindsay's station or whatever, and it just kind of does the same thing. It's supposed to pick songs for you.
Yeah.
They're not songs that, like, I'm like, how did this even get on here? Why do they think I'd like this?
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of their playlists because I don't listen to music on the radio, so I think that this will be good. I'm going to try it.
All right, I'm going to check it out right now.
Yeah? You going to tell us what the first song is that the DJ picks for you?
So what do? I just say, I mean, I guess I got to try now. I got to figure it out. Can't I just, like, put on Spotify?
That's a whole other thing.
Right, have them tell me, hey.
Can't you just be like, Spotify,
right,
DJ.
Here's our new...
Yeah, it's not like your remote.
Here's our new thing. What's it called?
Spotify DJ.
Spotify DJ. I'm just saying that out loud. Just saying it out loud while the Spotify app is open. Maybe it'll just AI me.
I was just going to say, maybe you could, like, do you have an AI app? You could probably get an answer from that.
Let's see if it just comes up.
Yeah.
Speaking of AI, are you guys in on that?
On AI as like a
Like
whole?
the chat thing?
Oh, the chat GBT? No, I haven't used it.
Me neither. But I'm going to start immediately.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
as soon as we're off the air.
No, you're not. You're so full of crap.
No, while I wait for the Laker game.
You're just going to chat GBT?
Gonna,
I thought you were going to go out with Greg or something.
I'm going to research it.
With Bergman?
Well, I'm going to go over to the arena and make my presence felt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to go say hi to McMiniman?
I'm going to probably go say hi to LeBron.
I mean, last time you said you stood next to him and you just waited for him to recognize you and he didn't.
Has no idea who I am. No idea.
All right, we're done here. All right, Kaplan, excellent work.
Nice job.
Great job, Lindsay and Laura. Slee and Michael are coming up next.